All right, welcome back. Thanks for tuning in to another video. You guys, it's been what? Since November. I told you guys I'll see you soon. And that was what? November, my last video I shot. And it's March now. So it was about 3 months. See how fast time flies? Well, first and foremost, how you guys are doing out there, let me know in the comment section. Everybody that's been with me the past few years, let me know in the comment section. I would like to see you guys. Thanks to a lot of you guys that actually been reaching out to me this whole winter through email and through commenting on the old videos. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope your families are doing well. I'm glad to be back. Glad for you guys, to respond and, reaching out to me. So it's been nice. We had a nice few days. And last week, this thing was covered with a lot of snow. We got hammered this year, very, very bad. I am a Northeast lawn care guy. Live in Connecticut to be exact, if you're new here. So if you around that tri-state area, you know you got hammered this year. This year, we got hammered very, very bad. This was probably one of the worst ones in recent years. Last few years, we've been getting little dustings and everything, but this year we got pounded. So, it comes with the territory living in the Northeast. But now we had them nice days. It was about high 50s to mid 60s. This was all covered in snow about a week ago, but about 3 consistent days, about mid 60s and high 50s. Everything melted down really, really nice. Today is beautiful. As you can see, I'm in short sleeves. Very, very nice. It's time to get back in the lawn and get this ball rolling. So let me show you guys what I will be doing to my lawn. And I'm gonna take you around the yard and show you how everything is turned out. It's a lot of work back here. Winter wasn't nice to me, I'll tell you that. But let me know in the comment section. I hope you guys had a great Thanksgiving, Christmas, and New Year. I am happy to be back, and we're gonna get the ball rolling. So let me go around, show you around, take you a nice little tour, and then I'm gonna show you what I'll be using on the lawn, and I'm gonna explain to you 3 different ways what you need to be doing if you plan to do these steps or follow me, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned, and let's go take a walk in the lawn and see how everything is going. This lawn has taken a major beating this past winter, but not just also because of the winter time. I do have dogs back here, so you see this part is very, very bare. My dogs do run through here, dig up some stuff, dig up holes and stuff like that. That's what dogs do. So, but not only did the winter contribute and my dogs contribute to this spot, it was my fence also. This was due to the damage of winter time. We had some high winds. The fence post actually snapped in the ground there and fell forward here, and it got laid down pretty much. I wasn't able to come out here and get it up in time because it laid down and then it snowed on top of it. So as you can see from the height of the fence here laying down, it actually smothered out the grass in this spot also. So that's what contributed to this spot being smothered out. So I'm gonna do a full reseed on this whole backyard really, but this spot really needs it really, really bad because it got hammered the most. Now on this side also, I'm gonna do some more seeding. Like I said, I'm gonna do a whole full overseed, but back here, winter was not nice to me. Got to change some of these fence pickets and stuff like that. And if you've been here in the past, you've seen me do that also. Every year, this fence takes a beating. The snow falls, pushes it forward, snaps the post sometime. We get some high winds now, also snapping the post. And I've been resetting these posts for a few years, putting them deep down in the ground, and man, they never do well in the wintertime. So I take a beating. But let's get back to the lawn here. So like I said, you're gonna come out, it's springtime. You're gonna make sure you're going ahead and getting a lot of this nasty stuff off your lawn. I did a full overseed back here. I dethatched and overseeded late summer, early fall last year. But like I said, it came in very, very nice. It stuck around. But like I said, my dogs running back and forth, digging up spots, doing whatever they do back here, being dogs. So it took a beating. Now, if you look, I came out earlier. Now, this is what I want to talk about. If you're going to go ahead and seed, you want to make sure you're getting this type of stuff off your lawn. So you want to make sure you're raking it up and seeing what survived and what didn't survive. A lot of times, a lot of this stuff will come out the ground. So you want to make sure you just discard all of this crap. You're raking it up so you can get some airflow and some sun exposure onto the soil. That's what's going to help green up faster. Once your soil temps start to raise up, Right now my soil temps is around 50 degrees, so that's perfect for seeding. And if you planning on not seeding and you want to go skip the seeding part and go straight to putting down your pre-emergent, 50 degrees soil temps is time to put down your pre-emergent, because that's when the weeds, crabgrass, nutsedge will start to germinate and invade your lawn, and you do not want that. So make sure if your soil temps are starting to reach 50 degrees, even if it's like 45 degrees, make sure you go ahead and start getting your pre-emergent down if you're not going to seed. If you're going to seed, you got to take a different route. But as you can see, I've been raking, getting this kind of crap off the lawn, and it will expose, you know, your soil, and it's going to let you know what you need to reseed. So if you're going to have a thin spot here, you want to throw down some seed, so you make sure, you know, you get it down in time so it can root down before summertime, because now once the temperatures raise up, it's going to be hard to actually have your roots, you know, basically establish themselves before that summer heat wave, because they will burn out if they're not deep enough. Now, as you can see, I am getting some green up. That's good. This is grass that survived the winter, so it will green up. But around it, I'm going to need to overseed. Now, at the time about overseeding, you want to make sure you're doing your preventative care for grubs. Grubs will invade the lawn. They kind of sleep right now, but they will be waking up around late April, May, and they'll start eating on your grass roots, also killing off your grass. So you want to make sure you get your pre-emergent down for that, also for your bug control. See, been getting a lot of this crap out the lawn. It's lawn cleanup time. So backyard took a beating, like I said, not only due to the winter, but because my dogs run around here, get a lot of foot traffic back here. So the backyard looks worse than the front. So now the side yard here took a beating also, because the dogs run up and down through here, dig up stuff, doing what dogs do. So I'm going to be reseeding this also. If you've been here, you see in the past, you know, I turned this over already, seeded it, came out very, very nice, but it doesn't stay. I do have to reseed this area like every spring, pretty much. Some years are good, better than others, but like I said, with the dogs running through here also, they basically killed it off faster. And it does not get a lot of sunlight over here, so maybe 4 or 5 hours out the day. That's because it's in between two houses here, so it's limited on the sunlight. So I use like a shade mix grass seed right there. So now we're in the front yard. Now the front yard does not need to be overseeded like a full overseed like the backyard, because the front yard does not get, you know, half the foot traffic that the backyard does. But I will be coming out, raking this up, getting a lot of this, you know, crap out of the lawn. Also standing up the good grass. You do not want it to be matted down. You want to make sure it's standing up, cleaned up, so you can get that sun exposure down on your soil, warm up the temperatures. That's going to activate the roots and let the root system of your grass know, oh, it's time to wake up. Also, if you remember last November, I showed you that last fertilization. That's why the front is actually greening up faster than the back. Also, the front is 1 year ahead. So say I did this one, the front, a full renovation, 7 years. The back I did, it's going on 6 years. So the front yard is a little more established than the backyard. And like I said, the backyard gets a lot more foot traffic. So the front yard is always going to be better than the backyard. And that's better. It's better that way anyway, because, you know, your curb appeals everything. People ride by, they see the front yard, it looks good. You know, the backyard, they don't really see as much. It's more personal. So, but as you can see, the front yard is definitely greening up a lot faster than the backyard, but you want to get this crap off the lawn. And a lot of times this is also fungus too, from like snow mold and stuff like that. So you want to make sure you get all of this up. You could start putting down some fungicides and stuff like that. Also, I wouldn't put it down this early, but you do get snow mold from wintertime. So this is the front lawn. And if you go back and look at the previous videos, the front lawn thrives throughout the spring and summer. It looks very, very good, nice and green. It's the first thing I start cutting and treating, and it pops right back in with no problem. I never have a problem in the front lawn. This is the first side here. And I'm gonna do a little bit cleanup here because someone was going into the ditch, parking car or the mailman kind of rides. Even with these center blocks, I just put them back out because the winter I put them away, but people ride on the grass here. So now I actually put them back out, so that'll stop all of that. But I am gonna repair this spot, put down some soil, seed the edges here. So by time I'll say late March, mid-April, this front lawn should be looking good, just like in previous years. But I'm gonna come out and give it a nice cleanup also. But this is what you want to do. This is what you want to come out and assess your property. Make sure everything is looking good before you just start dropping stuff on the lawn. You want to clean it up, get all the debris, everything off the yard first. And then you can start dropping down your fertilizers, your grass seed. It'll be a lot more effective that way. So let's go to the table and I'm gonna show you the products I'm gonna be using. I use my tall fescue grass seed that I actually been using for the last like 7 seasons, front and backyard. This is a basic tall fescue grass seed, turf type tall fescue grass seed by Greenview. It gets a nice green color. It also helps on disease resistance. It's very good at that, fighting that off naturally, and it's good on foot traffic. It holds up very, very well in the summertime and with people walking on it and everything. It doesn't die off. And if you go back and look at my previous videos, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's very, very nice, naturally green before you even put any fertilizers down. And then it does get really dark green when you do start the fertilizer. So I've been rocking with this tall fescue by Greenview for years. And this is not a promotion or a paid promo. I buy all this stuff with my own money. This is just what I've used. Now, when I do go down to seed and I'm going to oversee my lawn, I use Tenacity herbicide. Now, this bottle is going to run you maybe $40 to $50, but there's other brands out there that cost cheaper, about $25, $30 for a bottle. And this stuff lasts a long time. I'll tell you, you only need a little bit of this stuff. It's very powerful. It's a pre-emergent and a post-emergent weed killer. Liquid form. This is what I use if I'm seeding, and it's going to give you about 3 to 5 weeks of coverage, of pre-emergent coverage. And if you got a lot of like pesky weeds, it will kill off those pesky weeds, but it's a slower killing than your actual weed killers. This is going to probably kill off weeds maybe 2 to 3 weeks compared to those fast acting weed killers that you buy on the stores, big box store shelves. That's going to actually kill off weeds in 2 to 3 days, maybe a week tops. But this is a slow killing formula, but it's very powerful. A little bit of this stuff goes a long way. Now, if you can't get your hands on the liquid, this is Scott's Turf Builder Triple Action built for seed. This is a granular form. This is a starter fertilizer and a pre-emergent. It does not have a post-emergent weed killer in here, so it will not kill weeds that are actively growing, but it will prevent. So when I seed sometime, I will go ahead and put this down because now I'm getting the starter fertilizer and the pre-emergent. Sometimes I combine them. So I'll seed, spray, and then I'll feed. And I do all of that. Now if I'm actually overseeding, I'll wait about a week before I put my turf builder down. I'll put the Tenacity down with the seed, spray it, spread down the seed, and then I'll wait a week, come back and put the turf builder down. Why I do that, a lot of people say, why you don't put your starter fertilizer down with your grass seed? Well, on an established lawn and your overseeding lawn, you don't want to feed it too quick. Normally it takes your grass seed about 5 days to actually start to germinate, especially with ideal temperatures. If it's a little cooler, it might take a little bit longer, it might take 10 to 14 days. But if you're in ideal settings where it's like 65, 70 degrees, if you're seeding and you're watering properly, your grass seed germination, you'll see some grass seed start to germinate in 5 to 7 days. Now, if you put this down, say if I'm gonna seed today and I throw this down today, my current grass is going to actually feed off of this starter fertilizer faster than this seed will, because this seed needs time to actually germinate. Your established grass is already down, planted, your root system is going to start taking in this fertilizer and it's going to start to grow. And you don't want your current grass actually growing faster than your grass seed that didn't germinate yet. You don't want that, because then you're going to have to come out and mow this grass and you're going to be walking on it, and you don't want to do that and just disrupt your grass seed right away. So give it at least 5 days, 5 to 7, and then come out and throw your starter fertilizer down. It's perfectly fine. It's not gonna harm your actual grass seed and say, oh, I didn't get it down with my starter fertilizer down with my grass seed and now the grass seed is dying off. That's not how that works. Give it time, then come back. Now, if you have a bare dirt and you're starting over from scratch, then yes, you can throw your starter fertilizer down with your grass seed. You're perfectly fine. But only when I'm overseeding, I wait about 5 to 7 days, then I throw my starter fertilizer down. Okay, now we're gonna go over here to the other option. If you're not overseeding, then you can go this route of a pre-emergent. I like Spectricide Weed Stop for lawns plus crabgrass killer. This is a pre-emergent and a post-emergent. To activate the pre-emergent, you're gonna put this down on a dry lawn and then water it in and let the chemical actually come off of the granulars and lay on top of the soil. That's creating that barrier for the post-emergent. For the pre-emergent. Now, if you want to use it as a post-emergent, you're going to make sure, if you have weeds in the lawn, you're going to make sure the lawn is actually damp, not really wet or soggy. Make sure it's damp. Spread this down, because now the granules are going to have to sit on the actual weeds for at least 24 to 48 hours so the weed plant could absorb the chemical and then it could start to kill from the inside out. So this is a pre-emergent, post-emergent, but do not put this down if you are seeding, because this will stop everything from germinating. This creates a protective barrier on your soil. So only use this if you're not planning to seed. And this is gonna probably stay on your soil about 3 months coverage. That's what it say, give or take. But that's with watering practice and, you know, rain practice. If it's raining heavy or you're watering heavy, this will wear off quicker. So like I said, if you're not planning to seed, put your pre-emergent down. And like I said, with your temperatures, you want to start planning if your temperatures are starting to get around 45 to 50 degrees, make sure you're going ahead and getting your pre-emergent down. You don't want to deal with weeds at this time of the year. But these are your options here. This is what I will be doing. So, all right, so I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Today's video was a nice little spring update of what I will be doing and what you should be doing if you have those two options. If you're going to go ahead and seed, then use option A. If you are not planning to seed and you don't have to do any overseeding or anything like that, go with option B. Start getting your pre-emergent down and protecting your lawn. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Quick, nice little update. I'm glad to be back. Hopefully you guys are doing great. Let's have a good lawn season and stay tuned. I got a lot of things coming this year. It's gonna be a good year. So hopefully you guys enjoy, take care. Hit me on my email, comment section. Let me know how you're doing out there and we're gonna have a good year. So take care and I'll see you again.